My symptoms for a liver disease was so bad that I needed a new organ to save my life.
My kidney was deteriorating at a very fast rate. Did not think in a million years my wife would be a perfect match.
Even if I wasn't a match, I would have donated the kidney to someone else so that he could be farther up on the list.
When I got the initial go-ahead from that I was a match, it was probably one of the happiest days in my life.
You know, why not me? You know, maybe I should be doing this.
For all my friends that have donors, it's just amazing to see what they do with their life. Because it's a second chance.
It's an incredibly generous thing to do, that it's extremely safe.
Knowing that I was able to make this type of impact and save my sister's life.
The scars to me I'm proud of them. And to me they represent hope and love and optimism and all the good things rather than the panic and the fear.
It's a mark of opportunity, it's a mark of hope, it's a mark of gratitude. It's a mark of being able to do things that I had no idea I could do.
Bentornati al Festival Italiano di Gianni Lombardi. It's a campaign that CHIN is very proud to be part of. It's the livingdonationweek.ca, a public awareness campaign to raise awareness for donations for liver and kidney. I have the pleasure of inviting to our show Jennen Johnson, host of UHN Green Table Talk on the ACB Organ Health YouTube channel. She's also a kidney recipient. Hi, Jennen, how are you today?
Hi, Grace, how are you?
I'm very happy to have you on the program. So I first want our viewers to hear your incredible story and how you actually reached out to the public, if you want to start with that.
Yes, so first of all, thank you for having me on the show. This is a very important topic, and I'm glad your organization is actually part of this. So I was diagnosed with lupus in my early 20s. And at that time, by the way, lupus is an autoimmune disease where basically your immune system attacks itself, your tissues, etc. So at that time, I was told that eventually I would need a kidney transplant because they saw that one of my kidneys was smaller than the other. And they felt that I would need a kidney transplant at that time. But of course, I'm in my early 20s, so I didn't really take it in. I was listening, I heard what they were saying, but I continued living my life. And then eventually time came, which is in my 40s, time came where, you know what, it was time to buckle down. Things were looking serious. And I really did need to start looking for an organ donor because if I didn't, I was given literally 4 years to live. And that's not an option. At that time, I had a 12-year-old daughter, amazing little girl named Tatiana. And with their timeline, I wouldn't be here for her 16th birthday, which is not an option. So my mom suggested that I try to put an ad in the newspaper. So I went ahead, I reached out to the 3 major newspapers and with no success, unfortunately. But finally, I reached out to Now Magazine, and they were more than willing to go ahead, run my story. And all I was doing really is just put an ad in the newspaper stating that, you know what, I'm an O donor and I'm trying to find someone who's willing to get tested and possibly donate a kidney to help save my life so I could be here for my family, for my loved ones, etc. And the response was overwhelming, Grace. Like everybody came out. It restored my hope in humanity because I had responses. This ad started trending, by the way. It was posted on social media. And it's people in New York, Chicago, people in India got this ad and they started reaching out to me, wanting to help save my life so I can be here and continue to be here for my family. But it was an amazing young woman in Hamilton who saw the ad on Facebook and she decided, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Let's see what happens. So she reached out to my cousin. My cousin told her how she could get in contact with me. And she said to me, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and fill out the forms. But I know everybody's busy. And I know that, you know what? She's probably going to get to it eventually. I didn't think she was actually going to fill out the forms there and then. And she did. And then she reached back out to me and she told me, you know what? It's done. I've submitted them. And I was like, oh, wow. Thank you. You know, it kind of caught me off guard. And lo and behold, after many tests and many visits to the hospital, this amazing woman was my organ donor. She's the one who saved my life. And so to this day, I am extremely grateful to Christy for doing this. And that is my story.
And that's why this campaign is so important. You had to outreach through newspapers and social media. So this is why this campaign that's running this week is raising awareness so others maybe don't have to do so much work as you had to find somebody to save your life. So why is it important to actually donate a kidney?
It's extremely important, Grace, because the list for the deceased donors, or for someone to wait for a deceased organ, it's extremely long. At that time, when I was looking, it was 4 to 6 years for a deceased donor. Whereas a living organ donor, once you go through the testing process and you're a match, it can happen within months if you're a match. So it gives that person that extra time to continue being with their family and make a difference, do what they have to do. If we sit here and we wait for the deceased donor list, unfortunately, it's not a good outcome. People would pass away. So if people took the time to donate and realize that, you know what, it's okay to become a living organ donor. I know there's a lot of myths out there regarding becoming a living organ donor. A lot of people feel, oh, if I donate, it's going to reduce my life expectancy, which is not true. Your life expectancy does not decrease. A lot of people feel that, oh, if I donate, then what if one of my family members need an organ and I go ahead and donate to the stranger, then my family member, they won't be able to get an organ. That too is not true, because of the fact that if you donate to help save someone else, there's no guarantee that you will actually be a match for your family member. So there's a lot of misconceptions out there regarding donating. So that's why I feel this campaign is extremely important. We had 39 amazing people who decided to come forward and share their story. They've decided to share their scars, show their warrior scars, and help others realize that, you know what, this is important. And because someone took the time to donate, I am here today. And that's essentially what this campaign highlights. It highlights that.
On that, the campaign, the great actions leave a great mark. Do you want to talk about that? And you also have an inspirational story about a young man that you know.
Yes. So the Great Actions Leave a Mark campaign, once again, is 39 amazing transplant recipients and donors who decided to share their story through video and through pictures, and share their story, their journey of their transplant process. And it's very emotional, it's very moving, but it's very inspirational as well. So that's why this is important, because a lot of people out there who feel that, you know what, they have this scar, and I was one of them, to be honest. You have this scar, you're grateful to be alive, but then you have this scar. And you feel that need that you want to cover it up, you want to hide it. But that's the thing, this scar shows that you're a warrior. You've been through it. And there's an amazing young man, his name is Kalel. He's 11 years old, amazing young man. And he too, he's had a transplant as well. And he has issues with his scar. But what I'm trying to explain to him and everybody else that's watching, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You should not be ashamed of the scar. You are a warrior, and that's what this scar represents. I have a scar, I don't know if you can see it right here. I don't know if you can see that. I was hiding that for the longest time. I always wore shirts, turtlenecks, things to just kind of hide it because I was embarrassed. And that is just one of my scars. Like my abdomen looks like a pin cushion. It looks like I've been bitten by a shark. It's like, it's not cute, but you know what? This is my warrior scar, and it shows that I've been through it and I survived. So this is something that I'm extremely proud of. And Kalel should be proud as well.
And you're all heroes in our books, and we're so happy that you can share your story and maybe inspire somebody to come out and register. And what is the website they go to?
So it's greatactions.ca, that is for the campaign, and beadonor.ca.
And again, thank you so much, Jennen, and we look forward to starting our campaign tomorrow on CHIN in various languages, and people can also go onto the website, and we are going to have more guests in the following week to talk about and share their story. Again, thank you so much for your inspirational story, and I look forward to meeting you in person one day.
Thank you very much, Grace. Greatly appreciated. Take care.
Thank you. Stories like that just, put everything into perspective. And I was getting emotional from the promotional video to her story. And I hope you all take a look at the website and listen to our programs this week, and you'll get more information.